Learning to read is a complex process that requires the integration of several skills. Teachers need expertise in phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension strategies. As reading researcher Dr. Louisa Moats has written, teaching reading really is rocket science. These components of reading can be grouped into two main areas: word reading and comprehension. This video focuses on effective practices for helping students learn to decode or sound out words. Let's take a look at some strategies teachers can add to their toolbox to teach word reading. How we teach reading matters. Most students require systematic and explicit instruction to crack the code that allows them to transform letters into sounds and words. Systematic instruction is planned and sequenced to build upon prior learning. Explicit instruction is direct teaching of a skill and incorporates teacher modeling, scaffolding, and feedback. In explicit instruction, students are directly taught letters, letter sounds, and strategies for blending sounds into words. Word reading relies on a strong foundation in phonemic awareness, which is the ability to recognize and manipulate the smallest units of sound in speech. To build phonemic awareness, students need to practice isolating first, middle, and ending sounds, blending sounds into words, and segmenting or dividing sounds. Sound boxes are a useful tool for building phonemic awareness. In this routine, the teacher says the word. The student repeats the word slowly. The student places one disc into the box for each unique sound that they say. Once students have learned to connect several sounds to letters, have them use letter tiles instead of discs. As students become more proficient, they can write letters in the boxes rather than using discs or tiles. It is important for students to connect their phonemic awareness skills with their understanding of letter-sound relationships. Use word-building activities with sound boxes to help students learn to decode and spell words. Begin with simple consonant-vowel-consonant or CVC words, and gradually introduce more complex words. For example, have students make the word fat and then ask them to make other words by adding, moving, or replacing one letter tile at a time. As students become more advanced, use word building with more complex letter combinations, including silent E and words with two consonants at the beginning or ending. Blending is the process of reading a word from left to right by combining each letter or combination of letters in succession. Provide explicit instruction in how to combine each letter sound into a pronounceable word. Use simple, familiar CVC words at first, and demonstrate how to elongate and connect the sounds. A valuable strategy is to demonstrate a consistent routine when teaching students to blend sounds into words. For example, you might say, "We're going to practice blending the sounds to read a word. I'll show you how to do it first. My turn." The teacher swoops her finger from one sound to the next. At. Now I'll say it fast. Mat. The word is mat. After teaching consonant and vowel patterns, teach syllable construction patterns, such as open and closed syllables, vowel consonant E, and vowel team syllables. Understanding the syllable types will help students successfully read multisyllabic words. Once students have learned to decode simple words, they also need to have strategies for breaking down longer words into recognizable chunks. It is helpful to teach students that longer words are often made up of smaller, meaningful parts, such as prefixes, suffixes, and contraction. Knowledge of word parts helps students understand letter-sound relationships in more challenging words, and can help with fluency and comprehension. Have students practice recognizing and manipulating common word parts by adding prefixes and suffixes to common root words. For example, provide several root words and have students add prefixes and suffixes that they have learned to make new words. Say the words one at a time and have students add the prefix or suffix to create new words. As students master letter-sound relationships and work with word segments, provide lots of opportunities to practice decoding words in text, word lists, and other formats. When learning to decode, students should not be taught to guess words using pictures, context clues, or the first sound in words. Systematic and explicit instruction is crucial for students to master skills related to word reading. As students gain skills in decoding and word recognition, they increase their ability to read connected text fluently. The routines featured in this video can be used as part of explicit and systematic decoding instruction for all beginning readers. To learn more about effective instructional practices for teaching reading, check out the What Works Clearinghouse Practice Guides, Improving Reading Comprehension in Kindergarten through 3rd Grade, and Foundational Skills to Support Reading for Understanding in Kindergarten through 3rd Grade. And check out the other videos in this series from the Delaware Department of Education. Blast off! Understanding the essential components of reading and effective practices for teaching vocabulary and comprehension.